Yes? Come in, Freddie.
I got your message to come right over. What's up, Mr. Albright?
I want to talk to you about Margie and that newspaper fellow.
Well, I don't want to talk about him. I want to break his neck. I haven't had one single date with Margie since you met him. But why are you so concerned, Mr. Albright?
Why? Because she almost caused me to lose one of my biggest accounts, Mrs. Stegmuller. She went to the woman's house to interview an Arabian prince who was staying there.
Well, I don't see how that could have caused you any trouble.
I'll tell you how. 1, the butler wouldn't let her in. 2, Margie climbed up a vine and entered through an upstairs window. 3, Mrs. Stegmuller mistook her for a burglar and almost had a heart attack. 4, the Arabian prince nearly shot the butler. 5, the butler, unaccustomed to being shot at, fell down the stairs and broke his clavicle and is now suing Mrs. Stegmuller for $50,000.
Isn't that just like Margie? She climbs up the side of a house, and some poor guy inside, minding his own business, gets his clavicle broken.
I haven't told Mr. Honeywell yet, so if he should come in here, we're talking business.
Okay. Now, we'll never get Margie off this reporter kick as long as she's stuck on that guy. So the first thing we've got to do is break them up.
Right. But how are we going to do it?
I'm sorry, Margie, but this just isn't news.
What do you mean? A 4-year-old boy gets stung by a bee. His mother frantic. Tears, excitement. It's human interest, and people go for human interest stories.
Look at Margie. The best example I can give you is as old as a mountain. Dog bites man, no story. But man bites dog, that is the story.
You mean something really unusual.
That's the idea. Now, what about tonight?
Our date?
Yeah.
Oh, not tonight, Don. I'm going to concentrate on getting a story.
Crying out loud, Margie, we're supposed to go dancing tonight.
Well, I'm sorry to make you unhappy, Don, but if I'm going to be a reporter, I've got to get a story. Besides, I bought a whole gross of pencils. 144 pencils, and I sharpened every darn one of them.
Okay, that's the way you want it.
I'll get you a story. An unusual one, you'll see.
Wait, just a minute.
I'll be surprised if it means anything, but let's hear it.
All right.
Oh, it's old Honeywell. Remember, we're discussing business. Yes, Mr. Honeywell?
Here's all the dope on the McAllister deal.
Oh, fine. Thanks, Mr. Honeywell.
And remember, he'll be here in a day or two, and I want everything all set to go. We want that account.
Right.
Yeah. Since when have you two become so chummy?
Oh, it's just a business discussion, Mr. Honeywell.
What kind of a business?
I'll tell you, Mr. Honeywell. I sort of bumped into a fellow who owns a uranium mine, and I thought maybe your company would like to talk business with him.
Uranium?
Well, it isn't much of a mine, just 3 or 4 acres.
3 or 4 acres of uranium? Boy, how'd you like to have lunch with me today?
No, thank you, sir. I have a couple of sandwiches down in my glove compartment.
Well, that's good. A 4-acre uranium deal, and he's got 2 sandwiches down in his glove compartment.
One of them ham and one tuna. And a day-old coffee cake.
Well, that's wonderful. Let me know how you make out.
You nitwit. Do you know what that money-mad old goat will do? He'll drive me crazy about that uranium mine. Uranium.
Sorry, Mr. Albright.
Oh, forget about it. Forget it. Now, what's your idea about Margie?
Well, supposing Margie gets a pip of a story. Only when Don Hadley, boy reporter, shows up, there is no story. I think he'd be pretty sore.
Yeah, a story but no story. Sure, that would make any reporter sore. But how do we do it?
Where's your phone book?
Hurry up. We gotta move fast. Get up.
Hello, Don. Tell the man who bit the dog to move over. I just walked out into the corridor of our apartment building and saw a horse.
A horse? Look, Margie, if you're on the level, you got yourself a Lulu. A horse on the 10th floor of a New York apartment house. Wow. Well, look, Margie, how did he get there?
Don't ask me. I don't know how it got up here, but I bet there's a heck of a story behind it. You'd better bring a photographer with you, get some pictures.
Well, look, you stay right there. We'll be right over.
Right. I'll go out and keep an eye on it.
Margie. Well, where's the horse?
Don, I can't find it. But I give you my word it was there. Right down there.
Uh-huh.
Don, you've got to believe me. I saw it. It was big. A real big horse.
Mm-hmm. Anything else?
Yes, there was something else. It was wearing a paper party hat.
Oh, that's it. Let's get out of here. Look, I told my city editor about this. What do you think he's going to say when I tell him I haven't got any pictures because apparently the horse had gone to a party?
I saw a horse right down there.
Margie, look. This is a job I have, not a hobby. So let's stop playing games. Come on.
Mr. Albright.
I know. Come on, let's hurry.
So I just made it up, huh?
What's the matter with you?
Don, it was right here. Right here.
I tell you what, if he comes back, put him in the bathtub. It's always nice to have an extra plug.
Put him in the freight elevator, all ready to take down.
I saw a horse. I saw a horse.
Oh, I see. A sawhorse.
No, I wouldn't make up anything like this.
Look, Margie, the first time was bad enough, but calling us all the way back up here, let's forget everything. This has been pretty ridiculous. Come on.
But I tell you, I saw a horse. Oh, I see. It was a horse. Oh, Margie will never figure out what really happened.
I'll bet you'll never try to be a reporter again.
Well, we've both accomplished what we wanted, Mr. Albright. Don Hadley's out of Margie's life, and Margie's out of your hair.
Your father and that Wilson guy I met that time, huh?
That's right. Apologize.
Oh, I apologize, Margie, but that's not all. Somebody's going to pay for this for making me look like a sap.
I'm way ahead of you. Hey, where's that photographer friend of yours?
Bob.
Oh, the horsewoman.
Tell me, Bob, how do you look in false whiskers?
Well,
What are you doing here?
Mr. Albright, I'm here to have an understanding. I want your daughter to stop bothering me.
That suits me. Come on in. Oh, Margie! Margie! Well, she's usually home about this time. I don't understand. Oh, there she is. Hi, honey. Didn't you hear me call? Margie, what's the matter? Margie, honey, Margie.
I saw a horse, but there was no horse. I saw a horse, but there was no horse.
Oh, no, honey. Honey, believe me. It's all right. Believe me.
Well, it started this afternoon, Mr. Albright. Happened twice. She called me, told me there was a horse in the quarter, and then she said it was in here.
Oh, I can explain. There really was a horse.
Mr. Albright, please. Don't confuse her anymore. She's had too much of a shock already.
But, Don, there really was a horse. Freddie and I did it as a gag.
A gag? Mr. Albright, do you realize what you've done to this little girl?
Oh, Margie, honey, speak to me. I love you, honey. I didn't mean any harm.
I saw a horse, but there was no horse.
I'll call a doctor.
Wait, she needs a psychiatrist. I know of one of the best. Wrote a story on him some time ago.
Wonderful, wonderful. Call him right away. Baby, what have I done?
Hello? Dr. Rettinger? Glad I caught you before you left the office. This is Don Hadley. Look, I want you to come over to...
You're coming in loud and clear, son. I'll be right over.
Well, Doctor?
Cerebral hallucination, mental block, a fixation of the retentive tract. In other words, Mr. Albright, being absolutely certain she has seen the horse and being unable to prove it has been much too much for her.
Doctor, can't you do something?
I've had similar cases before. If you follow my instructions, she should snap out of it in a few days.
Oh, anything, Doctor. I'll do anything.
Oh, splendid, Mr. Albright. Now, this is what will happen. Shortly, she will start reliving what happened today. She will imagine she sees the horse. And when she does,
excuse me. Hello? Oh, hello, Mr. Honeywell. No, Mr. Honeywell, there's nothing new on the uranium mine. No, don't call me. I'll call you. Bye. Go on, Doctor.
Well, when your daughter imagines she sees the horse, you must convince her that you see it too. This will give her confidence, and soon complete reason will return.
I'll do it, Doctor. I'll do anything.
Now, it's all up to you, Mr. Albright. And remember, when she mentions the horse, you must pretend you see it too.
I understand. Thank you, Doctor.
Yes, Doctor. Thank you very much, sir.
Good night.
Baby, would you like a glass of water? A nice cup of tea? Can I get anything for you?
I want to see the horse.
Oh, sure, baby. I'll get him for you right away. He's right in the dining room. Oh, boy. Steady now. Margie wants to see you. A nice boy. Steady now, boy.
Nice horsey. You see, Don? He was here all the time.
You hold him, baby. We don't want to lose him again. I don't want to impose on you, but don't leave us alone. Stay here all night, will you, please?
Oh, be glad to, Mr. Albright. Be glad.
All right.
Charlie, what is it?
It's about Miss Margie, sir. I found her out in the hall, like she was sleepwalking. She said she was looking for a horse.
Well, where is she?
I set her down in the living room.
Baby, are you all right?
Dad, I want my horse. He's gone again. I want my horsey.
Oh, no, baby, he isn't gone. He's right here. I forgot to tell you. I put him on the terrace. I'll bring him right in, baby. Come on. Nice horse. Come on, boy. Come on. Come on. Nice boy. Nice boy. Here he is, baby.
Something wrong with your arm, Mr. Albright?
What's wrong with you, Charlie? Are you blind? Can't you see I'm holding Margie's horse?
I mean, Daddy, his hair's a mess.
Well, it certainly is. Here, Don, you hold him.
Sure, Mr. Albright, sure. Ho, boy, ho, ho.
Look, his shoe's loose.
Well, I'll be darned. I'll have to fix it right away.
I've heard of mine snapping before, but this is an epidemic.
There. Aren't you sleepy, baby? It's after 4.
I guess so. I'll go back to bed. But you stay and currycomb my horsey.
I think I'll go to bed, too. Here, you take over.
Easy, boy. Easy, boy. Say, what's the matter with me?
Whoa, boy. Nice horsey. Nice horsey. Nice horsey. Whoa, boy. Daddy, you walk him a little while, will you?
Sure, honey. Oh, just a minute. Hello? No, there's nothing new on the uranium mine.
Oh, he looks fine, Mr. Albright. You did a good job.
Oh, sure. I'm a pretty good currycomber, all right.
I saw you, Dad. I saw you. You walked right through my horsey.
Oh, I'm sorry, baby. It was an accident.
Now I know. Now I understand. It's just like yesterday. There is no horse. You're just pretending so I won't know I'm seeing things.
Oh, Dawn, hurry and call Dr. Rettinger.
Yes, Mr. Albright.
You should have been more careful, Mr. Albright. Now I'm afraid the treatment will have to be more drastic.
I'll do anything you say, Doctor.
Good. You're going to have to bring a real horse here.
You mean a real horse here?
The same one as possible. Bring him in as though he were one of the family. As though it were a perfectly normal occurrence. Nothing unusual about it.
Hi, Mr. Albright. Margie in?
You and your bright ideas. You're going to stay until this thing is over.
Oh, hi, Freddie.
Hi, Margie.
Seems to have taken a special liking to you.
Yes, isn't that swell? I think I'll go out and stretch my legs. You go away.
Brought your laundry up, Mr. Albright.
Oh, thanks, Charlie. What's the matter, Charlie? What are you doing, Charlie?
Mr. Albright, if you promise not to tell anybody, I'll tell you the truth, sir. Last night, I couldn't see this horse.
Mr. Albright,
Yes?
I think things are coming along nicely, but just in case, I think I better stay here tonight.
Oh, yes, of course, Doctor. You and Dawn can have my room, and Mr. Wilson and I will sleep out here. You started it, so you wake up too.
Mr. Albright, the horse has taken such a liking for you, I'm afraid he'll disturb Margie unless we let him come in.
All right, Doctor, bring him in.
Good. We don't want to disturb our little patient.
nitwit. 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm slept on a lovesick horse.
Well, maybe you could sing him to sleep, Mr. Albright.
Shut up. Shut up. 3 a.m. Hello? No, there's nothing new on the uranium mine.
Oh, I'll get it. You'll like Albright, Mr. McAllister. You'll know at a glance he's just the man to handle your account.
I'm anxious to meet him, Mr. Honeywell.
Mr. Honeywell.
Hello, Wilson. This is Mr. McAllister.
Mr. McAllister. Mr. Albright's new client?
That's right, Wilson. Where is Albright?
Wait, just a minute. Stay right here. Have a seat. I'll get him. Mr. Albright, it's your new client, Mr. McAllister.
Mr. McAllister? He can't see me having breakfast with a horse.
Sam, I don't want to cause you any real trouble. This was all a little gag. There's really nothing wrong with me.
What? A gag? Well, young lady, you listen to me. I'm going to... Well, I'll deal with you later.
I think you'd better leave.
That's what you advise. I'll...
Hello, Margie.
Hello, Mr. Honeywell.
McAllister, this is Albright's daughter, Margie.
How do you do, Miss Albright?
How do you do, Mr. McAllister? Well, please sit down and go right ahead with your business. I'm used to it.
Fine, fine. I tell you what, Albright. I'll show you a breakdown of the deal as I see it.
Oh, swell, Mr. McAllister.
There's something I feel you want to know. I'd want to know about it if this were my home.
What is it, Mr. McAllister?
There's a horse standing behind you.
You were supposed to stay in the dining room.
In the dining room? You knew the horse was in this apartment?
You'll have to excuse him, Mr. McAllister. He wasn't supposed to come in here. He was supposed to stay in the dining room.
Yes, he was having breakfast.
Breakfast?
You see, my daughter and I are just crazy about horses.
You're crazy, all right.
Just a minute. Let me explain.
Goodbye.
McAllister, wait. Albright, you're fired. McAllister, wait. Why should we worry about him? Why should I get mad at you just because that small fry walked out?
You mean you're not sore? I'm not fired?
Why, do you think I'm crazy? After all, you got that big uranium deal coming up.